What's going on, man? Alright, you asked me 5 questions. You said, why the car jerks while you're shifting from first to second? The answer to that is because you're lifting up off the clutch too fast. Second question is, can you start out driving in second gear instead of first gear? Yes, you can start driving off in second gear, but it's going to put more pressure on the car to move off in second. I can move off in first, second, third, and fourth. I've never really tried moving off in fifth. But it put more pressure on the car. So I would rather you much move off in first and then shift to second. You asked a question about stalling on a hill. I have a video up on my driving tutorials of how to ride the clutch on a hill or something like that. So I advise you to check that video out. There's not many hills where I'm going to be driving now to like show you how to ride the clutch. And you said, is it necessary to hold the clutch in while you're at a light? It's not necessary to hold the clutch in. Just if you're at a light, just leave the clutch in neutral and have your foot on the brake. You don't have to hold the clutch in. You don't have to hold the clutch in for so long if you're going to be at a red light. So just leave it in neutral and keep your foot on the brake. And the last question is, how long does it take for someone to get to be good at driving the stick or be perfect at driving the stick? Well, as I said, you know, practice takes. Just keep on practicing, man. The more you practice, the more better you will get. With me, I started driving when I was 12, 13, so I've been doing this for a while. Anyway, I'm gonna try to okay, I'm gonna move from first to second, and then I'm gonna kind of dump the clutch to see if you're talking about the same shaking. So I'm in first now. I'm gonna move off. I'm gonna put it in second. I dump the clutch and the car shakes. That's because you're like getting up off the clutch too quickly. That's why the car shakes like that. Or jerks. Anyway, I'm gonna do that again. Well, I'm not gonna make it jerk. I'm just gonna move off from first to second, just nice and smooth, and you see the car doesn't jerk. So in order to avoid from having the car jerk like that, just put it in first, second, nice and smooth, third, nice and smooth. You don't have to like get up off the clutch so fast. When you get up off the clutch fast like that, the car jerks. And if you're like driving it with a passenger, you're gonna see their head go back and forth, so you don't want to do that. Let me see, what else can I demonstrate? See, right now I'm at a red light. I just have my foot on the brake and the car is in neutral. I don't want to have it in first and be like, what if I'm here for like a minute? I don't want to have my foot like pressed down on the clutch just waiting for the light to change. So if you're at a light, just put it in neutral and leave it there. You can keep your foot on the brake. I'm on a level right now, so if I take my foot off the brake, it's not going to really run back or forth or anything. Can you move off in second? Yes, you can. I'm going to show you that right now, but it puts a lot of strain on the car. So the light's about to change. I'm going to move off in second. It put a lot of strain on the car. I don't really like doing that. I'm going to try to see if I can find a hill somewhere around here and try to ride the clutch there for you. There's not many hills around this area here, so. Oh yeah, I know where there's one, so I'll try that one out. just nice and smooth, let it out nice and smooth, and the car won't jerk. So it's gonna be like this. You're gonna have the clutch down, and with the gas you're gonna nice and smooth, nice and smooth, nice and smooth. Just practice that. When you're driving, just turn off the AC. Turn off the AC, because when you have the AC on, I feel it kind of hold the car back a little bit. So turn the AC off, turn your radio off, roll your windows up, and kind of just focus on your shifting. Trying to remember where that hill This is not really that much of a hill, but I have to do this really quickly. But the other day you said you were like, this is kind of like a slight hill. The other day you said you were in traffic and cars were behind you and stuff. So to move off on a hill, just keep your foot on the brake. I know you can't really see now. Keep your foot on the brake, put the clutch in. Damn, there's a car behind me. Let him pass. Come on, Joe. Can't really do it here. But yeah, keep your foot on the brake, put the clutch in, put it in first, and then I want you to ease up off the clutch till you feel it engage. You can hear the car is like it's about to die. That's when the clutch is engaged. And then when the clutch is engaged, I want you to get off the brake fast and then go on the gas. That's one way to do it. Or you can just use the e-brake. So first you put it in first, use the e-brake, take your foot off the brake and use that's the easiest way. But I'm gonna do it with a brake now. So just keep your foot on the brake, put the clutch in, put it in first, ease up off the clutch a little bit, like a quarter of the way, and then you hit on the gas. That's how you move off a hill. Is there any more hills? I don't really have any steep hills that I could show you on in this area, but I hope that helps a little bit, and you know, I hope that helped to answer all your questions. Anyway, man, I'll talk to you later. Alright, be easy. So first to second again, I'm just going to show you one last time. Second, no jerking because it's nice and smooth. Just nice and smooth, you know, nice and smooth.
Caution, red light camera ahead.
But yeah, just nice and smooth with your shifting, man. You're rushing it too much. First, second, third,